フロントウィング。グリザイアの果実。
Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well today. So we are back, once again, with Fruit of Grisaia. It was something yesterday. Just wow. That's like really all I can say about yesterday. It was just wow. To catch everybody up that missed out on last stream, after having this was after having Michiru tell us what happened in her life and where her second personality came from. We got her all packed up and sent her off to the hospital to be observed for about a week or so. See what's going on. Everyone thought she was going because of her anemia, but we knew the truth. Partway through, when Sachi's cleaning Michiru's room out, she comes across a box she can't open and wants us to open it because Sachi being Sachi, unless that box is cleaned and organized, she did not finish her job. Because that's just Sachi. So we open it, and inside are pictures of Michiru and the other girls, but Michiru's face has been cut out of every single one of them. And there's also a journal, or more like a diary, that Michiru kept, and we read through a few entries that were days leading up to our arrival at the school, and then her departure to the hospital. Even at the very end, having a brief conversation with her other self through the journal. And what she ended up saying was the next time she can, like once she goes to that hospital, she's gonna sink down into the, the deep, dark abyss in the void. That's where she goes when the other personality takes over, and just stay there. She'll let the other one be in full control, full time. Because she's just done. She comes back, and yes, the other one is in control. We have a talk with the other one, and we both agree Michiru should be living out her life. Because as much as the other one wants a second chance at life, it's not her body and not her choice to, supplant Michiru entirely. She doesn't want that. She just wants what's best for Michiru. So we kind of... Yuji performs some weird hypnosis thing that manages to bring Michiru back for a little bit, and in kind of a groggy state. After he asks, what do you want me to do? What do you want? She says, I want to die. So the motherfucker actually complies, puts her in a coffin, while apparently having used a hypnotic suggestion to keep her paralyzed. Everyone cries over her, writes her letters, and he buries her into the ground, leaving her with a phone saying, hey, if you want out, call the phone, it's all it can do. The phone eventually dies after she reads the letter. She then realizes, I actually want to fucking live, and forces her way out of the coffin, with Yuji waiting there the entire time. He left her down there for 11 hours. It took her 11 hours to realize, I actually want to live. Pretty extreme, but I guess it worked. Anyway, we're going to be continuing off right as we're pulling her out of the ground. You see, we're pulling her out of the coffin in the ground. I mean, you didn't bury her very deep. You still put her in a coffin and put her in the ground. So, yeah, we're just gonna continue from there. God, this is so weird. I pull Michiru up out of the earth. She's got a somewhat surprised expression on her face. Understandable, I suppose.
ゆうじ、なんでここにいるの？夢？
She can't even believe this is real right now. So window? Yes, cool. Just want to confirm that for something that potentially could come up later. This isn't a dream. It's reality. How are you feeling? Come to your senses yet?
どうして？どういうこと？
Even if I tried to explain the whole thing, I doubt the girl would understand right away. I decided to keep it simple. I knew it would turn out like this. That's why I did what I did. I knew all along you didn't really want to disappear or die. So I sat here and waited for you to break out of that shell. I was just your assistant on this one. Here to lend a hand, in the most literal sense. I strongly squeezed Michiru's trembling hand. I was waiting here the whole time. And I was planning to keep on waiting, as long as it took for you to come out of that box.
もし出てこなかったら？
Who knows? I hadn't thought about that, but I couldn't exactly wander off. If that ventilation tube I quietly installed for you had gotten clogged with bugs or something, you would have suffocated in less than 30 minutes. There was no plan B. Kind of a half-assed strategy, granted, but it seemed to have worked out.
さっき11時間って言ってたけど、ずっと待ってたの。
That's right.
ずっと。
That's right.
ご飯は？
I locked you up inside a box and stuck you in a hole. You expect me to complain about my stomach grumbling? Anyway, half a day's nothing to worry about yourself. Worry yourself about. Barely worse than getting stood up for a date. Anyway, that's enough pointless backtalk. Let's get going.
ちょっと待って。私、今、生きてるんだよね。
That's right.
もう一度、ユージとお話できるんだよね。
That's right. Michiru's eyes had resembled dull, cloudy marbles for so long that I'd almost forgotten they could sparkle like this.
ありがとう。ユージ、ありがとう。
Yeah, yeah. Save it for later.
今言わせて。私、ごっこじゃなくて、ユージと恋人になりたい。
Okay! Is that what it takes now? Bury a girl alive and she'll be your girlfriend? That's a joke. That's 100% a joke, people. Please do not take that seriously. Well, well. This is all very sudden. Can't say I've ever had a woman covered head to toe in mud confess her love to me before. A valuable experience, to be sure. But a couple? Weren't you afraid of the end? Are you alright with the fact that we might have to say goodbye someday?
いつか終わりが来るとしても、それまで1秒でもユージと長く一緒にいたい。それに1秒でも長く一緒にいるために頑張る。
Try hard at what, exactly?
わかんないけど、嫌われないようにとか、もっと好きでいてくれるようにとか、楽しくなるようにとか、いっぱい頑張る。あと 逃げない。現実から、この世界から逃げないようにする。
I see. Sounds fairly promising. I'm getting the feeling we might be able to stay together for a good while.
うん。ねえ、ユージ。
What now?
私、ユージのことが好き。
Honestly, I got the message the first time. Well, looks like the girls still got some energy left at least. Hoisting Michiru onto my back, I slowly carry her down the road leading back to the dorm. You did good, Michiru. Welcome back to the world you belong in.
今何時？時間が知りたい。
A little after 2 in the morning, I guess. The witching hour, as they say. Come to think of it, try not to make a habit of rising out of the ground in the middle of the night. People might take you for a zombie.
本当だね。見つけてくれたのがユージでよかった。
Indeed. Sakaki probably would have pissed herself.
やっぱりどうしても聞かせて。私が出てこなかったらどうするつもりだったの？
It honestly wasn't something I'd thought about. I know you well enough to know you'd find the strength to live all on your own. So the worst case scenario I planned for wasn't you never coming out. It was you coming out after even more time had passed. For a moment, Michiru seems a bit confused. But then the answer seems to come to her on its own. Suddenly, she starts squirming around on my back and looking anxiously around the area. I've got 2 possible emergency countermeasures. First, I can stop by that beach. It's a bit regrettable from an environmental perspective, but I think Mother Earth will understand.
やだ、それ絶対にやだ。
What? You were about to toss your life away, weren't you? Surely you can withstand a little humiliation.
いわゆる死んでもやだってやつよ。
She's got to go to the bathroom. Alright then. Second option. You could always make use of the public facilities just past that bank.
それを先に言いなさいよ。
Michiru abruptly leaps down and takes off at a clumsy sprint. Well, seems her body's in no hurry to die, at least.
おかえりなさいませ。
Spotting us, Sachi stops brushing the sidewalk in front of the gate and approaches with a beaming smile on her face. As for Michiru, after returning from the restroom with a profoundly relieved expression, she hopped right back onto my back for the walk home. What on earth are you doing up at this hour?
何ってお掃除ですよ。
So it would seem. But isn't it a little late for that?
いつ誰が帰ってきてもいいようになるべく遅くまで働いているんです。特に今日は。っていうかサチ、私を見て驚かないの？はい。でも私はみちる様が亡くなったなんて信じていませんでしたし、絶対に戻ってくるって思っていましたから。それよりも他の皆さんに見つからないようにしてくださいね。みちる様どころか風見さんまで消えてしまったものだから、みんな大騒ぎなんですから。
Not entirely surprising, I suppose. How do things stand currently?
学園長さんが問題ないわよ、風見くんなんだからっておっしゃってました。私は納得しましたけど、榊さんや天音さんはずっと落ち着きがなくて、マキちゃんはシャドウ影踏みの練習で気を紛らわせていました。
Sorry for the trouble. I'll have to explain everything to you all later. Guess I better brace myself for a slap or three.
そうですね。ささ、お疲れでしょうから、お風呂へどうぞ。ちゃんとお掃除してありますからね。
Yeah, definitely, definitely gonna need that bath, especially Michiru. She's been in the ground for 11 hours, and then crawled out of the ground. Appreciate it. You really are a maid among maids, Sachi. Still carrying Michiru, I turn to enter the premises. But before I can take a step, the girl shifts her position on my back and speaks.
サチ、ありがとう。私のこと待っててくれて。
いいえ、みちる様こそ戻ってきてくれてありがとうございました。
うん、ただいま帰ったわよ。
お帰りなさいませ、みちる様。
あんたはもう寝ていいわよ。明日も早いんでしょ。
ええ、そうですね。では失礼させていただきます。
Are you crying?
うん。
I see. Making no further comment, I carry Michiru to the bathroom. You're filthy. I'll bring a change of clothes, so you focus on getting that dirt off for now. Everything else can wait until after.
うん。
What's wrong? Being alone too scary?
うん、大丈夫。だってユージは絶対に迎えに来てくれるはずだもん。
The girl smiles a little awkwardly as she speaks. I give her a quick pat on the head, then make my way down to her room to obtain a fresh change of clothes. That said, I don't know where anything is in here. These are the ones she's always wearing. Well, that works. Already out of the bath? That was fast. Brought you a change of clothes. Oh. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have that ready to shut it off. Her body wrapped up in a towel I left in the changing room, Michiru shuffles around shyly.
ねえ、ユージもお風呂入りなよ。
Not right now. I need to arrange for your medical checkup and...
いいから。だってユージだって同じ時間ずっと外にいたんでしょ。
That's right. Oh, do I smell? Sorry.
そうじゃないけど、一休みしてってこと。
At Michiru's insistence, I consent to bathe. From the perspective of a freshly washed woman, I must seem exceptionally unsanitary at the moment. Might have been a little inconsiderate on my part. It's not the time for a leisurely soak. I opt for a quick shower. I swear to fucking God. You know what? I haven't had to use this in forever. I feel like I'm gonna need it. I swear to God, if this is... Alright. But just as I'm finishing up, Michiru comes in as well. Okay, she's literally clothed. Never mind. I can't be sure. After that thing with Sakaki, Amane, and Maki, I can't. I cannot take chances. Hello there. Felt like taking a bath in your clothes? Or maybe you forgot something?
そうじゃなくて、ユージにまた会えたことが嬉しくて、だから。
Word to the wise, swatter is not a good lubricant. From what I've heard. Also, holy shit, my CPU usage is at damn near 50%. What the hell is going on? There's no way I'm downloading something in the background, am I? One second. I'm just gonna try to look at that, see what the heck is going on there. That's just not right. That's not what I want. Interesting. I'll worry about that later. I understand that, but couldn't you wait 5 minutes for me to come out of the shower?
いろいろなお礼も含めて背中を流してあげようかなって。
Yes, wash my back, I'm sure. You're a real handful. Alright, if you're doing this, do it quickly. Michiru rubs a bar of soap against a washcloth, slowly and carefully working up a nice lather.
失礼します。
The girl proceeds to wash every nook and cranny of my back. Nice gesture. But after 5 straight minutes of scrubbing, it starts to feel like she's overdoing it a little. Alright, that's good enough.
ゴシゴシゴシゴシ。
I told you that's good enough. Cut it out already.
やだ。やっぱり離れたくない。
Finally abandoning her washcloth, Michiru leans against my back and wraps her arms around me. Must have been pretty lonely down there. I'm not going anywhere, Michiru.
わかってる。わかってるけど。ねえ、ごっこじゃない。キスして。
Close Discord entirely? I doubt that'll affect it. Actually, I'm really curious what is going on. Jesus Christ almighty. Probably have to switch to regular OBS just to get the CPU usage down. Holy shit, OBS, how many things do you have to have open? Origin. Why is Origin here? I got rid of you. My CPU... The task manager says my CPU usage is 86%. For some reason, Streamlabs has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 processes running right now. Steam has multiple processes running. There's multiple OBS browser pages running. For some reason. God all fucking mighty. Yeah, well. I think that might be cue that I might need to get a better CPU. So I'll look into that and try to budget for that in the future. Okay. I like this. How do you screenshot on Steam again? With Steam stuff? Because I kind of want this. I gotta look that up right now. Steam screenshot key. I hope that did it. Yep. I mean, I could have downloaded it, probably the CG somewhere, but... No, I want that. I want that. That's just a good picture. I turn around, take Michiru by the wrist, and draw her to me.
Yuji, stay.
Instead of answering, I press my lips to hers. Now, this sort of thing isn't too bad every once in a while. Okay, good. I think there's an entire 18 plus sex scene here that obviously the Steam version won't have, and that I couldn't even play here on Twitch. So they definitely did the hanky-panky. I can't stand people who decide they've saved someone with a little kindness. Human beings exist within their own private bubble of solitude. Our pain and sadness can't be cured by gentle words. Offering gestures of sympathy can make you feel good about yourself, but for the recipient, it's meaningless at best. People don't need a crutch or a savior. They need to overcome their own suffering or find the strength to accept it. And when someone needs help getting to that point, I'm willing to lend a hand. Of course, doesn't mean I go around offering my support to every sad sack I run into on the street. I'm not some hypocrite politician or cult leader. So what distinguishes the people I willingly assist from those I don't? Not sure if there's any clear criteria, really, other than whim. Sometimes I just feel like it.
Yuji, 大好き.
Even when it comes to the young lady currently sleeping at my side, thoroughly pondering the reason why I helped her doesn't produce a convincing answer. That's just the way human beings are. No matter how logically you analyze our motives, no matter how thoroughly you investigate the context of our actions, every once in a while you end up running smack dab into the incomprehensible. I can't comment on how meaningful this particular incident may or may not be, but I'm not unhappy with the way things turned out. In any case, the tricky part comes next. Surprise! They're not dead. Surprise! She isn't dead.
恥ずかしながら松島みちる帰ってまいりました。ゾンビだ！ゾンビだ！ゾンビ？どこどこ？ゾンビパウダーどこどこ？あ、なんだ、チルチルじゃん。おかえり。ただいま。いや。ただいまじゃなくて、そしておかえりじゃなくて、だって
The realistic response. How the fuck are you still alive?
ちょっと榊さん、何？朝から騒がし。いやー、ただいま。
You just straight up fucking faint.
どうしてなぜに？もうあまね、いいじゃないのよさ。だってチルチル帰ってきたのよ。どの面下げてか知らないけど帰ってきたのよ。え、どの面ってどの面
？These ones. I pinch Michiru's face and stretch her cheeks out to both sides.
このつるレーズ。ああ、その面な。
Surprise, motherfucker!
いいじゃん、割に。その面ならいけるいける。
Hey Nick, how's it going? Yeah, that's yep, surprise motherfucker, I'm alive!
ちょっと待って。なんで復活した？
Here's the thing. She never left life.
あまねっては意外にめんどくせえな。帰ってきたからいいじゃんって言ってるのよさ。ねえチロチロ。だって本物だよね。
Machina trots over and begins poking at Michiru's chest like a housewife prodding at a shrink-wrapped piece of produce.
本物よ。当たり前でしょ。だよね。だったらさ。いいじゃん。だったらすごくいいじゃん。悪くないじゃん。よかったのよさ。
Aww. Aww. Finally broke down.
マキナ。ごめんね。もうどこにも行かないよ。約束してくれる？約束なのよ。約束できるよ。
Michiru and Machina link their little fingers together. Watching as they swear their oath, Amane heaves a heavy sigh of surrender. So about my $100. She'll get around to it eventually. I mean, she just came back from the dead. Give her a minute to readjust. Then again, isn't upon death all debts are cleared?
わかったわよ。確かに奇跡の復活で帰ってきた。それは良かった。これ以上喜ばしいことはない。だからもういいわよ。
Morning, Nichols. How you doing?
無理やりに納得するわよ。でも私にも約束しなさい。どんな約束？それはもちろん、もう絶対に二度と死んだりしないって。もう死なない。今度死んだりしたらぶっ殺すからね。
Oh my god.
今度死んだらぶっ殺される。そうだね。それでいいね。もうとっと疲れたわよ。さっちゃんはこのこと知ってるの？
Yeah, she was the first one to know. We ran into her on the way back.
だったら教えてくれればいいのに。それであの子なんて言ってた？二人のこと見てさぞ驚いたんじゃないの？
Honestly, not good. Still quite sick. Sorry to hear that. I hope you're able to get through it sooner rather than later. As for Grisaia, what have I missed? What's the last thing you remember, and I can fill in the gaps from there. Because a lot has happened. I mean, the last stream, a lot freaking happened, and we're just finishing off the aftermath of that. I'm gonna check my task manager again. Okay, it's down to like 60. It's hovering around like 67 to 73% CPU usage overall. The frickin' OBS taking up 40% of my CPU just to run. Jesus Christ. NANI? Hey, Brosart! We were playdating Michiru, then she found out about her alternate personality and says she would just disappear and let them take over. So, she actually did let that happen. When we got her to go to the hospital for just to be observed for about a week, she did let the other one take over and said, once I get down into that deep darkness, I'm just gonna keep my eyes closed and stay there forever. We managed to briefly bring her back to ask what she wanted, and she said she wanted to die. So, yeah, like Brosart just said, he literally put her in a fucking coffin and buried her alive. She couldn't get out and move initially because of the hypnosis. He did a hypnotic suggestion to keep her paralyzed for a short while. And yeah, he straight up buried her. Left a cell phone with her that could only contact him. Saying, if you want out, just phone. The phone died because she was using it to read letters that everyone wrote to her because they thought she died. And Michiru, after having kind of a weird pep talk with her other self, sort of, mustered up enough strength to push the lid off and at least get her hand out of the ground. He didn't bury her very deep, and in fact, Yuji was waiting outside where he buried her. He then commented, huh, only 11 hours? We're very serious about wanting to die, huh? Yeah. This man buried her alive to make her want to live. Also, we're dating now. Further confirmed what a shithead Yuji is. Yeah, so, yeah, that's what you missed. That's what you missed. We buried the girl alive, pulled her out of her own grave, and now we're dating. Oh, God. It's been a ride and a half. Can't wait to tell the grandkids this story. Oh, I know, right? How'd you two start dating? Well, it started when your mother wanted me to kill you. A killer. In fact, your bed is made out of the coffin I put her in the ground with. Oh, God almighty. Yeah, real fucking romance there. So yeah, now we just kind of woke up the next morning and Michiru was like, hey, I'm back. Yeah, everyone is shocked except for Sachi, because she saw us literally walking back from where we buried her, and she's like, I knew you'd come back. How'd you two start dating? Well, it all started when she wanted me to kill her. Happy 1-year anniversary, let's have dinner at your coffin. Oh my God. Oh. What even is this fucking game? And as you did the quotes, I want to see what quote comes up. I have Stockholm Syndrome! Oh, so we got Beauty and the Beast going on here. Well, I don't know what it is, so let's kill it! See his new biome. Oh, pretty! Nope. God. Oh, I love quotes. Yeah, that's 100% Subnautica. 100%. I think I saw a Reaper in the distance. So I just noped the hell out of there. Oh my God, she's still on about the fucking penance. She fucking passed out again. Same as it ever was. You'd better give them all proper apologies later. She's been trying for like, what, 2 weeks to give you fucking souvenir flags? Because you had jokingly asked for them? And so, Michiru returned to her friends in her school. She was completely freed of her dependence on medication and that bizarre tsundere act. Oh. She spends the rest of her school days as a normal girl. 6 pennants hanging on the wall of her room, for fuck's sakes. Those fucking pennants. A little too neat a conclusion, unfortunately. Honestly, Michiru's just managed to finally face up to one of her multiple problems. Nothing more.
ねえ、ユージ、これって高校じゃないよね。
Yeah, that's right. This is a fully legitimate date.
ああ、なんで走るの？しかも5キロも。
And that's how I met your mother's kid. Oh my god. Because you told me to plan the date, and I decided on a little short distance sprinting. Listen, the act of running isn't just...
ああ、もういい。いいです。わかりました。ねえ、そうだね。私がね、言ったからだよね。納得納得。
So good job, Yuji, making the girl that had a heart defect run. Sure, she has a better heart now, but still. Our light jog concluded, Michiru and I arrive at a certain high spot overlooking the sea. A place that holds many memories for us.
ねえ、最近私はずっと私でいられてる？
Yeah, you haven't turned into anyone else since you came back. Something to celebrate, right? For some reason, it doesn't look like she's entirely convinced of that.
そうなんだけど。でもあの子はそれでいいのかな？
What do you mean?
だってあの子は私の中にまだ存在してる。決して消えたわけじゃない。彼女はここでまだちゃんと生きてる。それなのに出てこないなんて。それで本当にこれっきりでいいのかな？
Well, what do you want us to do about it? What, you gonna have, like, your body's gonna be a timeshare? I reach out and wipe the sweat from Michiru's cheeks with a hand towel. We went over this before I buried you. I told the girl straight out that if you regained the courage to live, she probably wouldn't have the chance to come out again. And she told me that was alright with her. She understands that body belongs to you. There's nothing to feel guilty about.
もしかしたら全部私の幻覚だったのかもしれないけど、あの箱の中であの子とお話をしたの。その時に心残りがあるって言ってた。それすごく気になるよ。
She probably does have some regrets. It's kind of implied she died young since she wanted to kiss us, so she knows what the sensation of a kiss feels like. So, yeah, the person, whoever's heart is inside Michiru, they died young. Hence why they were a viable donor match.
ねえユージ、直接彼女にそれを聞いてみてくれないかな？
Michiru, my friend, you only just managed to regain control of yourself. Why go out of your way to...
分かってる。分かってるけど、私だけ幸せになんてなれないよ。彼女のこと最初は嫌いだったけど、本当に私のために行動してくれただけだってことが分かったから。それにこの心臓は彼女からもらったものでしょ。そのおかげでこうしてユージといられるんだし。
A bead of sweat dangling from the tip of her nose, Michiru stares up at me with a serious expression on her face. It takes an effort to keep a wry smile off my face. Even without the pseudo-tsundere act, this girl's still a real handful. Compared to forcing herself to act out some character, I suppose it's nice to see her honestly expressing her feelings. Alright, If you insist, I'll try calling the girl out. I do have a method in mind.
方法って？
Same one I used with your medicine. In other words, just a little manipulation of your assumptions.
New?
I set up a simple magic show in Michiru's room. The trick I have in mind, like most magic, amounts to little more than a bit of psychological misdirection. It's physically impossible to produce a coin from nothingness. And of course, you can't abruptly make one disappear either. Such illusions are made possible by manipulating your assumptions. A visual distraction leaves you convinced that the magician's carrying nothing, where in fact he's just moving the something around where you can't see it. Everyone knows the basic idea, but it's surprisingly hard to overcome our mind's tendency to fill in the gaps and jump to conclusions. Deliberately planting the wrong idea in someone's head isn't as difficult as it might sound. As Michiru said, I don't think the girl's vanished. She's keeping to herself, that's all. Can't exactly reach in and grab her, so I'll have to trick her out.
それで、その鏡がいるわけ？
The only prop is a full-length dressing mirror I had Sashi fetch for us. Didn't take long at all, so I'm guessing she borrowed it from someone's room. That's right. This is all we need to pull this off. Alright then, Michiru. Start looking at yourself in the mirror. Keep staring into your own pupils. And don't even think about blinking. Understood?
うん。
Now stay like this for a few hours. Keep it up, and she'll come out eventually. I'm sure of it.
何時間かってどれぐらい？そんなに大変なの？
You're the one that wanted to make this happen. Can't even put in a little effort? Well, no skin off my nose if you want to quit.
うん、やる。頑張るもん。じー。しんどい。じー。
Okay, do it quietly.
はい。
Honestly, I don't have a clue whether staring into her own eyes is actually gonna wake up the other girl. That's not really the point of this little exercise, though. By physically and mentally wearing Michiru out, I'm hoping to get her to a drowsy, half-conscious state where it'll be easier for her alternate self to appear. My words should do the rest. Stay focused, Michiru. She'll come out any minute now. Just a matter of time. I'm not really convinced of that, but I keep up a constant chorus of firm declarations to the contrary. In other words, I'm forcing the idea that she's definitely going to wake up into Michiru's mind. Hopefully, my confident attitude will eventually lead her to the surface. All of a sudden, something changes in Michiru's face. Truly subtle transformation, but the cast of her eyes seems slightly different. There you are. Finally woke up, eh? We're close enough now that just talking like it's a done deal should finish things up. Michiru's unlocked the door, and now I've pushed it open. The girl steps blinking into the light.
私はもういいから。気にしないで。
Bingo. Knew I could pull this off. thought that was you. I'm happy to see you again.
私は嬉しくないよ。会いたくなかった。私はこのまま消えようとしてたのに。この子の人生にもう私は必要ないんだから。
Now you're talking just the way Michiru was before. Aren't you supposed to have a little more sense than her?
でも、もう私は出てきちゃいけないのに。
Michiru called you here of her own free will. There's nothing wrong with accepting that. Why hold back?
そんなこと言われても。
Alright then, I'll give you a simple question. What are your regrets? Probably not having lived their full life. Sorry, just taking care of something real fast. What is your quest? What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? You really think I haven't seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail? African or European? I don't know.
心残り。
That happened. My regrets. Deep inside Michiru, nestled inside her heart, I sink into thought. Why did it turn out like this? Why do I exist inside her? Jeez, I was in the middle of a stretch when that happened. Oh! So sorry. Alright, now our perspective has changed to the conscience inside Michiru's heart. You know, the other one. Oh my god! My new Honda! It's a Honda Accord! Don't be proud of that! On the way back from school, I was badly hurt in some kind of traffic accident. Until then, I'd lived a very normal life, I think. Normal? I guess so. My grades were pretty decent, although I wasn't an honor student. I did fight with my parents sometimes. Even ran away from home for a day or two every once in a while. Apparently, I used to say some mysterious things when I was a little kid, but as I grew up, that stopped happening. There was someone I liked, although I'm not sure if it was love or just a crush. I never expressed those feelings. Didn't really feel the need to. Just watching him from a distance made me happy enough. Then, out of nowhere, that accident brought it all to an end. I don't know the details myself. I was just walking home after school one day when everything went black. When I came to, I was in the hospital. The sharp smell of antiseptic solution and an off-white ceiling greeted me. My mind was sluggish and fuzzy, but I was awake. This is gonna hurt. Mom. What was Mom doing here? What happened to me? My ears weren't quite working properly. I couldn't hear her voice that clearly. I wanted to ask all sorts of questions, but my voice didn't want to cooperate. Not just that, I couldn't move my body. What was going on? It almost felt like I'd been locked up inside a cramped little box. The doctor who hurried into the room at the sound of Mom's voice shone a pen light in my eyes for a while, then shook his head in silence. When she saw that, Mom started to cry. I didn't understand why she was sobbing so bitterly. I mean, I was perfectly conscious, so I thought I'd recover and be back to my normal life soon enough. But reality was very different from what I had imagined. Day after day, Mom sat at my bedside and squeezed my hand. Weeks rolled past, but there wasn't any sign I'd be able to go home anytime soon. Let's switch over to my workout mix, enjoy the sad scene. Okay, Brozard. Yes, leave us in our... leave us to, you know, be sad. Alone. Yeah, I thought so too. I felt fine, really. Good enough to leave the hospital right away. But even though I was really clear-headed, I still couldn't manage to move, even the tip of my tongue. I didn't understand that at all. My mouth was numb and immobile. My throat felt dry sometimes, but I couldn't do anything about it. I wanted to tell Mom how I felt. If I couldn't speak, even moaning would be enough. But my body was completely switched off. Quiet and still as a deserted school building in the middle of the night. My classmates didn't come to visit. No, that's not entirely true. A few days after the accident, a group of girls I've been friendly with did show up once. But when they got a look at me lying there in my bed, they grimaced. They weren't too obvious about it in front of Mom, but I noticed the subtle change in their attitude. They kept their distance for the whole visit, and it wasn't long before they left. As they walked away, I could see one of them mouthing the words, "Hope I never end up like that." After my classmates left, Mom gently stroked my head, as if to reassure me that everything would be alright. I had no way of knowing what had happened to my body or the details of my condition. But from what the girls had said, I could tell it must have been pretty bad. I guess Dad was busy with work, since he only came to visit occasionally. Even so, I was always happy when he did show up. But when Dad looked at me, he always had a really scary look on his face. His eyes were empty, completely emotionless. He looked down at me with the face of a man, debating whether to throw away an old can of herbicide from the back of his shed.
どうせ明日も同じなんだ。ここに来ても意味ないな。
The father's already detached himself. Yeah, the father's already completely detached himself. He's pretty much faced reality. He knows his daughter is not going to be getting better. The mother's still holding on to hope, or at least she's in denial. Which, I mean, that's what's gonna happen.
そんなこと言わないでください。この子もあなたが来てくれて喜んでるのよ。
喜んでいる？
Dad peered down at me, studying my face. I really was glad to see him, but I didn't have any way of expressing that happiness.
どうだかな。俺のことが見えてるのかすらわからん。
I can see you just fine. I can hear your voice.
昨日と同じだ。まるで時が止まったみたいだ。
I love Dad, but I was starting to think he hated me. Maybe he used to love me, but hated me because of what I'd become. Not that I even knew what I looked like anymore, honestly. Once a week, Mom would wash my body with a wet cloth. I always loved soaking in the bath, so it wasn't really satisfying by comparison. But since she was doing everything for me now, I didn't exactly have the right to complain. Not that I could if I wanted to. What really impressed me was the soap she used. It was always lightly fruit-scented. Mom knew that I'd been secretly buying fruit soaps using my pocket money. She must have looked for them in my room and brought them to the hospital for me. My feelings about my parents began to change. Mom was nice. Dad was scary. One day, they started quarreling over some trivial thing right next to me. It started when Mom said something about wanting to take family trips again. Dad got irritated and started shouting at her.
こいつがいる限りそんなことは無理だろう。こんな体でどこに行けるって言うんだ。
昔みたいに遊園地に行けたらいいじゃない。この子好きだったでしょ。
さあな、泣いてたことしか覚えてない。それに車椅子で連れて行くのか。
遊園地に車椅子で来ている人はたくさんいるでしょ。
だがこいつはもう意識がないんだ。いいか、この子は他の子供とは違うんだよ。もう一緒にどこかに行くことなんてできないんだ。
No more trips, huh? I didn't know that, Dad.
そんなことまだわからないでしょ。お医者様だって。
医者がどうした？もう死んでるようなものなんだ。いいか、見てろ。
Jesus Christ.
Dad strode over to my bedside, then violently smacked my cheeks with the palm of his hands.
どうだ？生きてるか？生きてるなら返事しなさい。パパだぞ。ほら、パパだぞ。
やめて、あなた。
うるさい。こいつには聞こえてやしないんだ。何もわからずにずっとここで眠っているだけだ。ずっと俺たちを縛り付けてるだけだ。
そんな言い方やめて。
Yeah, that really did escalate. I think I did keep content warning, right? Yes, I did, thank God. Oh boy.
うるさい。とにかくもう変なこと言うのはよせ。気分が悪い。
Dad swung the door open violently and stalked out. I wanted to tell him he was wrong. I could see everything. I could hear just fine. But it didn't hurt when he slapped me. And I couldn't cry, even when my parents fought bitterly before my eyes.
ごめんね。痛かっただろう。もうあんなことはさせないからね。
Mom returned to my side and began to gently stroke my head.
パパはお仕事でイライラしてるだけよ。大丈夫。また3人でどこかに行こうね。
Her tone of voice was tender, and even a child like me could understand those words were flimsy makeshift lies. They didn't take me to the toilet. I wasn't wearing a diaper. And apparently my body had changed past the need for such things.
Oh boy. Yeah, that ain't good. Yep. She's a vegetable.
Instead, a mess of plastic tubes constantly pump things in and out of me. Yo, yeah.
She's not getting out of that bed. Obviously, we know she's not getting out of the bed, but yeah. She was not going to be going anywhere. She's 100% past the point of no return.
Sometimes a nurse would come and replace the tubing. It was agonizingly painful, like having my stomach cut open by a dull knife. But since I couldn't scream or even shed a tear, they never even knew. I could see that Mom was getting thinner with every passing day. It wasn't surprising. From dawn until dusk, she was at my side, talking to my motionless body, reading me books as if I were a baby again. The doctors stopped by frequently at first, but their visits grew rarer as the weeks stretched into months. Eventually, they stopped coming entirely. A nurse would stop by maybe once a week, mainly for politeness' sake. I began to understand that my life was essentially over. I'd come to the end of myself. I didn't want to trouble Mom anymore, but there wasn't anything I could do to change the situation. This sucks, I tried to say. Naturally, the words didn't leave my mouth. I'm miserable, I tried to cry. But the tears wouldn't come either. One night, after Mom had gone home, Dad showed up by himself. He stood next to my bed with a steely look on his face. I wanted to ask him what was wrong, but by now, I'd stopped even trying to speak. He reached out and put a hand on one of the machines that pumped oxygen or whatever into my body. It could be shut off easily enough if you pressed a few buttons. It probably wouldn't take long for me to die. Dad looked down at me again, his harsh expression faltering. I could see unfathomably deep anguish in his eyes. I didn't have to think twice. Dad, you can turn that machine off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ended up like this. I'm sorry for becoming such a burden to you. I always choose the games that are gonna make me fucking cry. Every time. Was it my fault? I don't really think so. But the how and why no longer really matter, do they? I'm a millstone around your neck. That's just a fact. So please, go ahead and kill me, Dad. There's nothing to forgive you for. This is what I want. Just kill me. But Dad just gave the machine a few light smacks, then turned on his heel and left the room. Why didn't you kill me? I don't want to keep making everyone suffer like this. Please come back. Please kill me. When Mom came in the next day, her eyes were red. She stroked my hair for a long time in silence. Please, Mom. You can stop the machine. Just kill me. There's no point in keeping me alive, is there? Hurry up and end this.
お前はずっと私たちの子供だよ。
Mom leaned in to kiss my cheek, but lost her balance and fell to the floor. After nursing me day in and day out for months, the accumulated fatigue must have finally overwhelmed her. I heard that loud thump of her body striking something hard. It looked as though she'd fallen in an awkward way, but the area under the bed was below my field of vision. I was frantic with worry. Had she struck her head? I wanted to scream for help. That was just as impossible. It was beyond frustrating. It was torture. Pleasant, warm sunlight streamed in through the open window, and a gentle breeze stirred the curtains. I could hear the voices of laughing children outside. It was a very peaceful day, the sort that slips easily by before you know it. And as the minutes ticked tranquilly past, Mom lay on the floor of my hospital room. I couldn't see what had happened to her, but she wasn't moving. Oh my god. This can't be happening. Somebody come. Please hurry. Please, please. Picturing myself thrashing around in the bed, I tried desperately to squeeze a sound, any sound out of my mouth. But it was useless. I sat there still as a stone. More than an hour later, Dad finally arrived.
どうしたんだ？お前大丈夫か？
His face a mask of shock, Dad scrambled to my bedside and picked Mom up in his arms. Her face was wet with bright red blood.
転んだのか？頭が切れてるじゃないか。くそ、ちょっと待ってよ。すぐに見てもらうからな。
This guy's got to bury his wife and his daughter now, isn't he?
Dad carried Mom out of the room, but before he left, he turned over his shoulder and shot me an angry look, as if blaming me for what had happened. But you're wrong, Dad. This is your fault. I mean, none of this would have happened if you just killed me, wouldn't it? Or would it? Following the accident, Dad took over the role of my caretaker. He spent the days working on his laptop, never making eye contact with me. But after less than a week of this, a doctor came into my hospital room and began discussing things with Dad.
ちょうど今、心臓を提供してくださることを探しておりまして。
Oh.
はい。本当にいいんですね。
Dad was clearly distressed, but after brooding for several minutes, he nodded silently. Accepting a pen from the doctor, he slowly signed a number of documents. That night, Dad came right up to my side and watched my face for a long time.
すまないな。このことはママに言っていない。後でどう説明していいか見当もつかない。だが仕方ないだろう。あいつも俺ももう限界だ。このままじゃ俺たちが終わっちまう。
Dad didn't take my hand or stroke my head. If this was going to be the last time, I wanted him to touch me, even for a moment.
本当にすまない。もし聞こえてるなら何か言ってくれ。
Thank you, Dad.
喋るわけないよな。何を言ってるんだ。バカな。
Dad stayed by my side until morning. I was really happy. But in the end, he never held my hand. The next day, an unfamiliar doctor came to my room. He gave me a number of injections, stripped me naked, and carefully inspected my body. Dad stood silently by and watched. Mom wasn't there. At the end, Dad looked down at me and said something, but I couldn't make out the words. I was loaded onto a stretcher and carried to an operating room. My heart was going to be taken out of my body to save someone else. It'd be a lie to say I had no regrets, but that didn't sound so terrible. A lot more appealing than lying around helplessly and making Mom and Dad miserable, at least. No matter how badly I wanted to move, my body was still. No matter how much I wanted to speak, I couldn't talk to anyone. I didn't want to exist like that.
それでは手術を開始します。
That day, in the operating room, I think I died once.
That is probably the most agonizing thing a parent will have to do. Sorry, just need a second. See. So then your heart was transplanted into Michiru's body?
そう。でもまさかあんなにはっきりと意識まで移るとは思わなかった。だから驚いた。私はいつも暗闇の世界にいた。だけど、ミチルに嫌なことが起こると、ステージにスポットライトが当たるように私に光が差すの。その光を手繰り寄せると、 私は彼女の体を動かせることが分かった。彼女の体を動かせると知った時、正直これはしてはいけないことだって思った。だってこれは彼女の体だから。もしそれが可能だとしても、知らないふりをしてずっと暗闇で眠っていなければいけないんだって。だけど長い間ずっとベッドで動けなかった私にとって、
I'm just gonna
セーブしないんだからね。
get a save here right now. Because I wanna check how many more scenes I have, honestly. I feel like, might be coming toward the end. Might have to make it one more stream, depending on how quick these scenes go.
指を動かす、声を出す、視線をどこかに向けるという行為は快感とも言えるものだった。体を自由に動かすことがこんなにも素晴らしいことだなんてわからなかったと思う。
Not surprising that you'd feel that way. But the body you were moving wasn't actually yours. Someone upstairs has a nasty sense of humor.
ミチルは子供の頃に悲しいことがあってから心を閉ざしているみたいだった。それで彼女が辛い時は代わりに表に出ていろいろなことをした。彼女の人生がうまくいくようにって必死で頑張った。でも正直に言えば単純に動けることが嬉しかっただけかもしれない。本当にミチルのことを思えばあんなことをしちゃいけなかったのよ。余計に彼女を傷つけて悩ませてしまっていたものね。
Not intentionally. And you did everything you could to ease that pain. Michiru's suffering hurt you too.
そうよ、言ったでしょ。私は悪者なんかじゃないのよ。純粋にミチルを助けたかっただけ。
Well, she wants to return the favor, so let's talk about these regrets of yours. By which I mean, what do you want to do?
心残り。何でも願いが叶うとしたら、ママとパパに会いたいかな。
Your parents, eh?
うん。何か一つだけって言うなら、ママとパパ。それで、だってどうするわけじゃないけど、顔が見たい。
I see. That's your wish, is it?
でも、そんなの無理に決まってる。私の住んでいた場所は日本じゃない。ここから遠すぎる。それにこの姿であったとしても、私だってわからないでしょ。
I reach out and squeeze the girl's hand tightly. I can't return you to your original form, but I can take you to your parents. If that's what you want, I'll make it happen. I'll help make it happen. After all, that's what Michiru wants as well.
でもだって、私が住んでいたのは日本じゃないんだよ。
What about it? Is that supposed to be a problem? The only issue I see here is your waffling. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, alright? You might regret it later, but it's your choice to make. So, what'll it be?
どうする？
You've already made up your mind, haven't you? And you know you have. I'll give you 2 seconds to answer. This is your only chance. Ready?
え？行く。
I hadn't even started counting, but whatever.
ユウジ君、私をママとパパのところに連れて行って。顔が見たい。それだけでいいから。
Understood. Stand by here for 5 minutes.
ちょっと待って。だって5分ってどうするの？行っちゃった。でも無理だよね。だって私。
I swear to God. If he just fucking happens to know how to Skype them.
風見くんってば何を考えているのかしら。私だけならともかくハルデラさんまで巻き込むなんて。
what are we doing?
あなたは学園長？そうよ、話は聞きました。もうあんな言い方されたら私が断れないこと知ってて、なんてやつなのかしら。
Oh my god.
まさかあの弱みをついてくるなんて絶対に許さない。どういうことでしょう？ごめんなさい。いいから出発の準備をしなさい。と言っても靴だけ履き替えればいいわよ。パスポートも着替えも必要ないわ。観光じゃないならツアーガイドも必要ないでしょ？
は？
でも遊園地にも行きたいなら今回は我慢してね。そこまで楽しめるプランは組めないわ。ちょっと許可は出したけど校庭に着陸させることないでしょ。
What the fuck is happening?
それが今目先々なのに。後期？
Huh? Sorry to keep you waiting. Good thing we happen to have someone flying around nearby. How'd I do? Was that 5 minutes? With a wink at Chizuru, I dragged Michiru out of her room. What the fuck? Yeah, I'll take responsibility. Where I can, at least. I'll go 50-50 on the rest. Oh, we'll go 50-50. He stole shit.
ねえ、これはどういうこと？校庭に飛行機が来るなんて。
Just taking a fucking trip to America? It's alright. We're gonna see your parents. Right now.
今から？
Yes, right now. Once the decision is made, why put off taking action? You agreed to this yourself, remember?
でも。
Before the girl can continue her sputtering objections, I cover her eyes with my hand. Just trust me, alright? America's not so far as all that. Thinking back, once we're there, it'll feel like we only left 3 seconds ago. Allow me to demonstrate. 3, 2, 1. This fucking music. This is America music? Good God.
着いた。
That we are. How was that? Blink of an eye, right?
もうちょっとだけ長かった気もするけど。あっという間だった。
I placed a sales call to your house on the ride over. A woman answered the phone, so they're probably home. Incidentally, they don't seem to have any plans to purchase high-quality carpets at the moment.
カーペット屋さんのふりをしたの？
Final scene.
セーブしないんだからね。
I'd have a bit of a guilty conscience if she asked for a free sample or something, but that wasn't how it happened. No harm done, right?
そうだけど。
I keep up my conversation. Oh, we're from her perspective now.
I keep up my conversation with Yuji-kun. Most of it goes in one ear and out the other. This is the town I grew up in. The street I return to every day. The very smell of the air brings back a flood of memories. And although it's a little dirtier than I remembered it, this is definitely my house.
We'll be going back in time for dinner. You came this far, so don't hesitate. Get going. I take my sweet time just getting to the porch. After a few hesitant moments, I reach up and put my finger on the doorbell. But I can't bring myself to press it. Minutes slide by as I stand there like a statue. I consider having Yuji-kun ring the bell in my place, but that would defeat the point of this visit. Even so, the tiny plastic button in front of me looks like some enormous, intimidating gong. The sort of thing you'd hang by the gate to hell. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe I'll just give up and crawl back in failure.
じゃあカウント3ね。3。
ちょっとカーペットならいらないって言ったでしょ。
I spin around to find myself face to face with Mom. Wasn't she supposed to be inside the house? Oh, but I guess you can see the front door pretty clearly from the garden. Since I was just standing out here all this time, maybe she thought I was some kind of suspicious character. She used to drive off door-to-door salesmen like this every once in a while when I was a kid, come to think of it. Can't say I expect her to be keeping that up at this age. Bemusement, shock, hesitation, and happiness swell up in me all at once, fusing in an unidentifiable mass of emotion.
おや、あらあら、ごめんなさい。さっきセールスの電話があったから、そいつかと思っちゃって。
いえ、その。
こんな場所にお客さんなんて珍しい。さあ、中に入っておくれ。
いえ、もうここで失礼します。
何か用があってきたんだろう。ほら、いいからおいでよ。
はい。
あんた、よく見たら美人さんだね。お母さんに似たのかしら。さあ、早くしないとコヨーテが出るよ。あんたみたいなちっちゃい子はパクリだよ。
はい。
どうせおばちゃんの一人暮らしだからね。遠慮することはないよ。
一人暮らし。
Mom bustles into the kitchen and makes tea for me. It's her special black blend with honey and ginger. When I was a kid, I really loved this stuff. I remember asking for so many refills that she'd get mad.
いただきます。
おや、どうかしたかい？お口に合わない？
いえ、美味しいです、とっても。
そう、それはよかったわ。何杯でも飲んでいってね。
Mom smiles at me like a child. The tea definitely isn't bad, but the flavoring's a little too sweet for me now. Are the ingredients different? Does this tongue work differently than mine? Or did I just grow up? Glancing around the room, I notice how spare and empty it is. A small twinge of something like loneliness strikes me. It's the sort of melancholy you might feel when walking a scrawny old dog on a rainy day.
いや、旦那さんはいらっしゃらないんですか？
ああ、お父ちゃんかい。そうだね。行くときは急なもんさ。去年死んじまってね。
Oh, that's,
それから私一人で暮らしてるよ。家族で過ごしてた時は狭い狭いって文句を言ってたけど、一人になるとこんなに広いんだね。持て余しちゃうよ。
Mom chuckles at her own joke, but I know how much she loved Dad. She has to be forcing herself.
ご家族は旦那さんだけだったんですか？
ああ、娘がいたよ。とっても可愛くて優しい子でね。生きてたらあんたと同じくらいなはずさ。その子がいなくなってからお父ちゃんは人が変わったみたいに仕事に没頭してね。過労でぽっくりさ。何かで気持ちを紛らわせていないと耐えられなかったんだろうね。もちろん私だって同じ気持ちだった。そりゃ白髪も増えるわけだよ。
そうなんですか。寂しいですね。
Mom answers that I was, her voice like a sigh.
そりゃ寂しいさ。だけどね、お父ちゃんも娘も心の中でしっかり生きてるからね。だから私は一人じゃないんだよ。ここで一緒なのさ。ここでね。
Thumping her own chest, Mom smiles brightly at me. Not knowing what to say, I just sip my tea.
こんなことをお伺いするのも失礼かと思いますが。
I force the question out of my mouth. It feels like leaping headfirst into the Niagara Falls.
What a very specific falls. You can pick any one. You can choose the, highly commercialized tourist destination.
娘さんと旦那さんは仲良かったんですか？
仲？そりゃいいに決まってるよ。親子だものね。この子ったら変なこと言うね。そうだ、せっかくだからいいもの見せてあげるよ。
Mom leaves the room, but returns only a moment later. There's a string of worn-out old paper cranes in her hands.
これね、娘が入院した時にお父ちゃんが徹夜で作ったのよ。それなのにあの人ったら渡す時になったら恥ずかしいって言ってね。シャイだったんだね、あんな顔して。まったく。まだ物置にたくさんあるよ。千羽鶴だなんて日本的だしロマンティックだね。でももう何年も前の話だよ。
I touch the cranes with the tip of my fingers. The paper's damp and a little moldy. Even so, my heart fills up with warmth. Just imagining my stern-faced dad hunched over a table making origami makes me want to laugh. Not his style at all.
私もお父ちゃんも娘のことを心から愛していたよ。救ってやれなくて本当に申し訳ないと思ってる。夢みたいなことをね、バカみたいなことって分かってるけど、もしももう一度あの子に会えるなら謝りたいよ。
Are you gonna just say I'm the girl whose heart she saved? Is that what's gonna happen here? Is this game gonna make me bawl?
親なのに子供を最後まで守ってやれなくてごめんってね。幸せにしてやれなくてごめんって。ちゃんと愛してやれなくてごめんって。ダメな親でごめんねって。ごめん。
Watching Mom struggle on the brink of tears, I'm overcome by the need to do something, anything. I reach out and take her hand in mine. She's surprised for a moment, but soon gently squeezes back. Her hand's wrinkled and dry, but still just as warm and comforting as I remember it.
私がこんなこと言うのも変だけど、きっと娘さんは幸せだったと思います。だってこんなに愛されているじゃないですか。謝るなんてそんなの変です。謝らなくちゃいけないの。
Mom, why aren't we speaking English? Yeah, good point. I mean, it'd be awkward as hell, but like, why aren't you speaking English? You're in the middle of America. And why'd the dad had to do a Japanese tradition of folding 1,000 cranes? Unless the dad was Japanese? But they never said that, so I don't know.
All of a sudden, there's a thick lump at the bottom of my throat that the words can't find their way past. Mom leans over and begins thumping me softly on the back.
私、なんて言えばいいのか。でも、謝ることなんてないと。
Mom's stroking my hair just like she used to, but the tears won't stop.
あんたは優しい子だね。ありがとう。そう思うと少し楽になるよ。
And with that, the flow of words stops entirely. I throw myself into Mom's arms, bawling like a baby. She seems a little taken aback, but gently embraces me. In the end, I can't do a thing.
ごめんなさい。私、失礼させていただきます。
My voice twisted beyond recognition. I somehow managed to croak out the words.
何か用事があったんじゃないのかい？ごめんね。私があんな話しちまったばかりに。
It takes everything I have just to shake my head. It's not your fault, Mom. None of this is. I'm the only one who needs to apologize. There's so many things I want to say. I can't get any of it across. I don't want to leave like this, but the words won't come. Even though I might never see her again. Fucking Christ. Come on. Man, hold it together. Even though this might be the very last time I can hear her voice, all I can do is cry.
それじゃあね、気をつけて帰るんだよ。
Mom, The words just won't come. It's no good.
実は私、娘さんのお友達だったんです。それでここに来たんです。
Oh.
泣いてしまってごめんなさい。でも会えてよかったです。
My mouth's moving all by itself, speaking for me. But it's not unpleasant. I know Michiru must be doing this for me.
おや、そうかい。あの子のお友達かい。だったら早くそう言ってくれればよかったのに。
God damn it. Mom smiles, something like relief in her eyes, and my mouth keeps on moving.
私、まだおばさまとお話ししたいことたくさんあります。涼しいお願いかもしれませんが、
Oh my god.
お手紙送ってもいいですか？
おやおや、もちろんだともさ。時間ならたっぷり余ってるからね。うちにはパソコンがないけど、それでもいいかい？今時の子はペンで手紙を書くなんてことをしないんだろう？
ちゃんと書きます。だから待っててください。必ず送りますか
ら。ありがとうね。住所はガーディナ。
大丈夫。分かってますから。
そうかい。
それでは失礼します。また。
ああ、またね。気をつけて帰るんだよ。
Mom petted my head one last time. God damn it. Okay, sorry about that. I just hit a little harder than I expected. I'm a mess today. Got my nose as red as hell. I thought I'd never see her again, but Yuji-kun brought her to me, or brought me to her. I thought our relationship would end with this one visit, but Michiru helped me. I wanted to thank them, but the only things that came out of my mouth were weird, strangled little sounds. On the road outside the house, after making sure Mom wasn't watching, I cried my heart out.
大丈夫。これでいいんだよ。
Michiru reassured me. Yuji-kun stroked my head many times, just like Mom had. Oh, God. Ugh. Come on. The familiar smells of my hometown and the scent of kind-hearted friends mingled together in a pleasant, comforting breeze that seemed to be blowing from the future. Oh. Fucking hell. I know, but I'm nearly done. That's...
セーブしないんだからね。
Didn't expect it to hit me that hard, that's all. Alright. And so, a curtain falls on the story of two peculiar girls. The girl who shut herself up inside a box and waited for rescue is gone. Michiru's come to understand she's the only one who can save herself. Of course, people can't live alone. We need help from others. But what really matters is finding our own road, and the strength of will to walk it. Human beings don't have wings on their backs. We have no choice but to make our own way forward on the two legs we were given. Life is just a long series of such small steps. There are plenty of things still undone. Plenty of problems still unresolved. That's inevitable. Anyway, wouldn't wrapping things up too neatly be a little boring? From now on, Michiru and I will be dealing with the problems that come our way together. No, this is probably the other one still talking. I don't care, I'm not using the voice anymore. It doesn't help. Not right now. The world isn't so complicated. Walk forward, and you'll find the future. Turn back, and you'll find your memories. Cut off a piece, and you've got a story. And this is just one small part of one such tale.
ねえ、気持ちいいね、風。
True enough. I can understand why you love this place so much.
過去みたいに言わないで。今でも好きよ。
I see. However, I would be remiss not to mention that a particularly thorny difficulty has arisen in the aftermath of this incident. Am I to blame for this? Is Michiru? Or perhaps the other girl? I wouldn't mind taking the time for a thorough analysis of the matter, but in any case, I'm currently at my wit's end.
そうかな。ここ、そこまでいいものかな。
Oh my god. Are they now just gonna constantly flip-flop?
ねえ、ユージくん。それよりさ、もっと違う場所行かない？ハンバーガー屋さんとか。ちょっと待ってよ。出てこないでよね。今、私はユージとデートしてるの。ある？
Oh my god, now they just freely flip-flop between who's got control?
人の邪魔はしないって約束でしょ。だからおとなしくしてなさいってば。だって君のセンス悪いんだもん。かといってさ、ユージ君に任せると走ってばっかりだし、本当にバランス悪いよね、二人とも。そんな指摘しなくていいのに。ねえ、ユージ、この場所退屈？
Oh my god. Someone gonna get that? Yeah, someone get that. Well, I suppose boring would be one way to describe it, yes.
だったら先に行ってよね。他の場所にしたのに。
Well, the location doesn't matter. Anywhere's fun when I'm with you.
「何浮かれてんのよ。ユージ君は口がうまいからお世辞に決まってるでしょ。嘘。そうなの、ユージ。じゃないわよ。何よその疑問系。意味わかんない。やだもう。
As you can see, both personalities are now capable of emerging at the same time. A nasty side effect of my improvised hypnotism, perhaps. Then again, apparently Michiru took over the conversation for the girl on her visit to California, so maybe that's what did it. Whatever the case may be, there's no changing the fact that this is a major pain in the ass.
だってさ、あんたなんて私が大事にする宝物の中身あっさりしてるしさ。うわ、ちょっとひどかったじゃない。
She's sad about the rocks?
君も捨ててって言った頃でしょ。本当は捨ててないよ。部屋の天井裏を見てごらん。ちゃんと。そうなの？そうだよ。私は昔から大事なものは屋根裏に隠しておく癖もあるんです。君みたいに考えなしに捨てたりしないの。そんなしっかりしてるアピールしてるけど、お母さんを前にして何も言えなかったじゃん。
Hey, that's a low blow.
そりゃそうでしょ。あの時は緊張してたし。でも手伝ってくれてありがとうね。そんな急に素直にお礼を言われると。まあ、
Michiru looks up at the sky, her expression slightly bashful.
でもさ、なんていうの？今度また会いに行こうよ。 私もあのお母さんのこと好きだし優しそうな顔してるし、何にしろあんたがいなかったら私は今生きてないかもしれない。
Aw, that's
そのお礼
sweet.
も兼ねてね。それまでに私消えちゃったりしてね。ダメ、それはダメ。これからはずっと一緒にいよう。何の偶然かはわからないけど、この体に二人の心が残ってる。この体は私だけのものでもあんただけのものでもない。これは二人のもの。これからは私が助けられるばっかりじゃなくてあんたのことを助けてあげるからね。待ってなさい。
Michiru jabs out a finger to emphasize the point, but with nowhere in particular to aim at, she ends up pointing at herself.
だってほら、あんたは私の親友でしょ。そうね。まあ君を一人にさせておく。バカだし、私もいなきゃダメでしょうね。何その言い方、ひどい。君がしっかりするまでちゃんと私が助けてあげるから大丈夫。君の真似なら得意だからね。何よ、あんたに私のこのスーパーナチュラルツンデレができるっていうの？
Oh, is the tsundere back?
できるわよ。簡単。今やってみせましょうか。じゃあユウジ君。
The conversation seems to have taken a highly problematic turn. I'd love to pretend I hadn't heard, but that's not a realistic option right now. Instead, I grunt out a reluctant half-groan of a response.
"今からツンデレするからどっちがやったか当ててね."
Oh my god. We're triple fucked. Yeah, understood. Shouldn't be a problem.
わかる？ちゃんと見分けることできる？
Of course. Not for the dramatic build-up. Just do it already.
わかった。ね。せーの。あんたのことなんて大好きなんだよね。
Okay, I don't have a damn clue. Michiru stares intently at my face, her eyes filled with confident expectation. God knows what's gonna happen to me if I get this wrong. Left with no alternative, I pull out the trump card. I love you too. After a moment of bewilderment, a big grin spreads across her face.
嬉しいです。
No telling how long this trick will keep working. I have to figure out something before she catches on.
やれやれ。だからユウジ君の口のうまさにごまかされてるって。ちょっとユウジ、それ本当だったら許さないんだからね。
I don't know what that says. I'm assuming it's a good thing. Well, hey, that's the end of Michiru's route. I guess. I'm assuming it's the good end. Woo! Well, That wasn't what I expected out of this game. I'm now fearful of, the other routes. I'm actually very scared of the next routes. Song's a banger, by the way. If me, you know, kind of jamming out to it isn't tell. Unless you want to go back for the bad end? Probably not, honestly. I mean, I think I lucked out into getting the good ending on this one. That's... yeah, whatever ending I kind of get, I'm just gonna leave it there for now. I may revisit the game later just to get the other endings, like in the other visual novels I've played. Yeah, that was a lot heavier than I expected this game to get. Yeah, Nichols, 100%. Clearly Nick knew. But Nick was being good and not ruining it for us, which was awesome, and I appreciate that. In fact, helped to make things go a little smoother with a few laughs. So, thank you very much, Nick. Yeah, Nichols, that CG there is her talking to the other one while in the coffin. And the next one should be Yuji pulling her out. Yep, pulling her out of the ground. Jesus fucking Christ. Hey, I'm happy I finally finished one route so far. Just four more to go? Yeah, 4 more to go. Oh, there's still more?
こんにちは。お元気ですか？先日は突然お伺いして申し訳ありませんでした。
Oh, just writing the letter to the mom.
急な訪問なのに快く私を迎え入れてくれたことを深く感謝しています。娘さんはおばさまのことをとても愛していたと思います。でも年頃になると恥ずかしくて、そういったことが面と向かって言えなくなる時期があるのです。私にはいつもご両親への感謝の気持ちを話してくれていましたよ。娘さんはこんなことを言っていました。パパとママに手を引かれていった遊園地が忘れられないと。そこはとてもカラフルな世界で、みんなが心の底から笑っていた。甘いポップコーンの香りと空に飛んでいく風船の鮮やかな赤。
If I really wanted to ruin spoil the game, then you might as well tell me we're not doing blank, and that way it's free for all and you know what you're skipping. I'd rather not know what happens in endings I don't get, because I probably will go back to the games later and go for the other ending I didn't get. I do plan to do that for Katawa Shoujo at some point in the future. And even for the Doki Doki Blue Skies mod I played through, because there's, I mean, Christ. Natsuki has fucking 4 endings. So I'm 100% doing just, you know, a straight playthrough of each route, get whatever ending I get. Fingers crossed it's a good end. So far, we're on the right track. And then after that, I'll plan out some time where I'll start to go through, you know, the other endings of games. We will be retreading a lot, but it is what it is. I can't even remember when I started playing Grisaia. Obviously, it took a long time just for this, but that's okay. Oh, I've actually got to go... Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to... I mean, I could skip through everything. I can skip through everything until it gets me set up for their routes again, because I've been saving over that, which is what it is. Everything beforehand is all just, you know, common route setup stuff until you get to choices, so we don't have to go through that part. Just going through that common route just gets tiresome after a while, and I'd rather not do that 5 times again. That's why I set up saves for all the other routes for the other girls.
近づいてきたキャラクターが大きくて怖くて泣いてしまったりとか、疲れてパパの背中で眠ってしまったこととか、お土産のチョコのクランチを帰りの車の中で全部食べてしまって叱られたこととか。子供と大人の間の時期は感謝を素直に伝えることに抵抗があります。だけどそこから遠く離れてしまうと、自分のいた場所がどれだけ大切でどれだけ幸せだったかということが痛い。ここからは私のお話です。私は今優しいお友達や素敵な恋人と一緒にいて、みんなに囲まれて幸せに暮らしています。おばさまとは遠く離れているけど、私にとって私の世界を構成する大事なお友達のうちの一人なんです。お友達だなんて言って気を悪くしたらごめんなさい。でも本当そうなんです。今娘さんとおばさまは遠く離れた場所にいるけれど、きっとおばさまのことを忘れたことは一日もないと思います。そして娘さんは今幸せに暮らしていると思います。長くなってしまったのでこの辺りで今回はおしまいにしておきます。またお手紙を書いていいですか？まだまだ話したいことがたくさんあります。おばさまももし退屈な時間があったら私にお手紙を書いてください。おばさまがどんな風に暮らしているのかすごく興味があります。それではまた。日本より愛を込めて。
Good morning, motherfuckers.
確かによく書けてるけどルール違反じゃない？今日は私とユージのデートの日でしょ。あんたお休みなのに。
Thanks, Nick, for the good morning. That was huge.
分かってるってば。でもどうしても今日中に書き上げておきたかった。
So what, they choose days when who's in control? Okay.
まあそれは許すわよ。ロスタイム扱いしてもいいわよ。でもちょっと聞きたいんですけど、この素敵な恋人って誰のこと？まさかユージじゃないよね。君の恋人は私の恋人じゃない。なわけないでしょ。ユージは私の恋人なのに。そうですか。なにその含みのある感じ。
Oh my god.
別に。
So you're saying the other Michiru is allowed to go out and get her own partner? I mean, polyamory's a thing. Go for it if you want. Just be kind of odd that it's because of your personalities that you have a different partner. But, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's not out of the realm of, you know, possibility. It's just odd in their case. Hey, get a move on in there. Don't be late unless you feel like running again.
ほらほら、今の聞いた？もし走ることになったら、あんたがやりなさいよね。
Three-way. Yeah, technically, I mean, just It's just Yuji and Michiru together could technically be a three-way because there's 3 people there, but only 2 bodies. It's a technical three-way.
わかった。あとは封をするだけだから。私はもう寝るから。封して送っておいてね。絶対忘れないでね。わかってるわよ。わかってるってば。はい、おやすみおやすみ。おやすみなさい。
I could feel her closing her eyes and sinking into sleep. Since we accepted each other, we picked up a bunch of new tricks like this. These days, I can feel her moving inside me. 3 minutes until scheduled time of assembly. I'm gonna make you both run, by the way. Timeliness is a group responsibility.
ちょっと待ってってば。
I take the envelope and begin to fold the letter. Her letter. Then pause, grab a pen, and scratch a few lines at the bottom of the page.
追伸とは。
For some reason, I remembered the way she hid my treasures. When I slid the corner tile free from the dorm room ceiling, my diaries and photos came tumbling down, along with my treasure rocks. Maybe... My patience is at an end. I'm leaving you behind. Next time, get moving 5 minutes before you think you need to.
待ってってば。手紙出しに一緒に行こうよ。
おばさまがどんな風に暮らしているのかすごく興味があります。あらあら、あの子ったら本当に親切ね。追伸？急に字が汚くなってるけど、どうしたのかしら。娘さんの部屋が昔と同じままだとしたら、天井裏を探してみてください。天井裏？どれどれ、見てみましょうかね。おやおや、これはまた。
And now the credits continue. Oh, that was too good. Oh my god. We're nearly there. Almost done. Just gonna finish these credits off. Thanks, Front Wing. Well, that's fucking adorable. I know, right?
Grisaia no Kajitsu.
And that's Michiru's route officially finished. At least the good end. So that would mean, when I have stream again on Thursday, we'll be starting a new route. Wrong screen. There we go. What did I say I was gonna do? I think I'm gonna do Sachi next. Yeah, I think that. So we just finished off. Just finished Michiru. I'm thinking my order is gonna be Sachi, Amane, Makina, and then end things off with Yumiko. Just swap screens. I forgot to update that so it has 5 bits on it. Because Rosard used a sound alert that cost some bits. Actually, let's change it right now. just so I don't forget. There we go. 0.10%! That's not good until the end of the year, and I'll probably extend it into the next year. So yeah, I'm ending here for today. I gotta clean up a little bit because I am seeing a friend. Seeing a very good friend. So, yeah, thanks everyone for, you know, watching, commenting, and lurking. I do appreciate it very, very much. I'm glad you're all here to see the end of that route with me and put up with me having to cry. Again, like I said, I'll be back 10 a.m. Thursday where we'll start Sachi's route, see what that one's all about. So, I hope everyone has themselves a great rest of their day, and I'll see you next time.